City of Renton Housing Action Plan. Thank you for your interest in the Housing Action Plan. This video will give you the background for the plan and what you can expect going forward. Your first question may be, why create a housing action plan? Overall, the cost of housing is rising faster than household income. In Renton, the cost of homes has risen 70% since 2010. Over the same period, rental costs have risen over 50%. And since 2010, housing cost growth has outpaced income growth. This has contributed to an affordable housing crisis for many in Renton. Other communities across Washington state are experiencing similar issues. In 2019, the Washington State Legislature took action to address the affordable housing crisis. This helped local communities in 3 ways. First, more tenant protections were put in place. This included longer notices for rent hikes and longer grace periods before evictions can begin. Second, more funding for housing was provided by allowing some existing taxes to be used to support affordable housing. Third, the state set a goal to create more homes of all shapes and sizes and is now working with cities to promote building a greater variety of housing in local markets. The City of Renton has received a grant from the state to support expanding housing options. With local housing needs rising faster than the supply, much of Renton's housing is now out of reach for many families, seniors, and members of the local workforce, like our teachers, medical professionals, and first responders. To coordinate a response to local housing issues, the city is developing a housing action plan. The process to create this plan will have 4 steps. The first step is a needs assessment. We will look at the existing population and trends and evaluate how much housing we will need in the future. We will also look at housing supply and determine what types of housing we will need. The second step is a policy review where we look at Renton's housing policies today. We will explore how well these policies support the types and amounts of new homes we need. In step 3, we will consider policy tools and other options for action. For this, we will ask, what are Renton residents' preferred strategies for increasing affordable housing? And how can the city, residents, and builders work together on housing issues in Renton? Finally, in step 4, we will develop the recommendations for the Housing Action Plan and present the final plan to City Council. The plan will be a how-to guide to help the city meet housing needs in the community. This includes recommendations about how Renton will work with neighboring communities to meet local housing needs, and the action plan will also discuss how the city will protect current residents from being displaced by new development. The 4 project phases will take place over the next year. The resulting Housing Action Plan will be a roadmap for how Renton will work with partners to address housing issues in the future. But input from the community is essential for this plan to be a success. We will engage with the community during this process in several ways. The project website will be a one-stop window for information about the plan, including a background on housing issues in the city and progress on the project. You can also access other project materials and ask questions on the website. In addition, an advisory committee of housing stakeholders and community members will oversee the process and give input on housing from a Renton perspective. Preliminary information will be shared with the community to get input on housing issues from community groups and organizations. And finally, we will host online opportunities for feedback about Renton's future housing vision through the website and other platforms. Thank you for your time and interest in the Housing Action Plan. Please feel free to contact us with any questions and check out the project website at rentonwa.gov/HAP.